Hey everyone, I have some explaining to do. Remember in episode 4 when I said this? The map gives me a belief that I could find all of them in one episode if I really wanted to. So something you need to know about me is in my life, I like to multitask, doing 6 to 7 things at once. However, I have moments when something picks up my interest and I lock in and get it done instantly. That's what happened, and I finished the Tears of Dragon main quest. This won't be a linear episode, much like the game, and I have broken it into 3 parts. The first, everything I did in between the memories gameplay-wise. There was a lot of upgrades and I want to highlight them first. Second, a mini memory movie. I kind of took all the memories and put them into one take. Third, my PowerPoint slides on said memories, as I have a lot of thoughts on the story so far. This episode ends with me getting the sword that seals the darkness. If you're going to enjoy this episode and the rest of the series, make sure to like and subscribe. As always, if you see something I miss or want to give me hints, leave them in the comments. I'm not looking up guides and I don't want spoilers. The full playlist is linked in the description. I think if I use the freezing tip, it's gonna freeze something. And I think that would be really cool. At least that's my hope. Huh. Ooh. Well, that would be easy to get back up there now. Oh, is that the Ganon? I think that's Ganon right there. Doesn't look like there's any issues here. I guess there is an issue here. Do you think it's an electricity thing? No. Let's cut across this way then. What if I just give a... Do you think a Yiga member would appear? Let's find out. Let's deck ourselves out first. Oh, this would be a banana thing. Right? Because they like bananas. I have bananas, right? I'm out of bananas? Yeah, I bet you a regular fruit doesn't work. No, and it would need to be a banana. There is a second hidden reason I wanted to do the geoglyph hunt this episode. Episode 3, I got the entire set of the Yiga clan armor, and I wanted to see if it would let me sneak around their base in Gerudo Mountain, which so happened to be the location of the next geoglyph. Even displaying the Hylian shield, they let me in, unlocking a new side quest. To become a Blade Master. I need to find 5 frog statues and offer them mighty bananas. Being able to sneak in here makes me want to head to the main hideout next. So does it just pop up if I do it? Okay. I'll do that another day. Or not at this particular moment, but that is good to stock up in now. Are you gonna know him, Yiga Clan? Ah, okay. That's good to know. Bloody flood. So it appears the upheaval has caused each place to have like a lot of the elements against it. Oh, there's a stable all the way over here? Oh, I got an angle that worked. Did that work? Sweet. What point does it get to the freezing cold is the real question. Is that a black one? I think so. I want to try to climb up here, mainly just to see if I can find a shrine. Because then if I can at least shrine my way up here, that would save me a lot of time. Or we can do this. Oh yeah. Climb to the top. Am I using those resources efficiently? Probably not. Does it really matter? No, not really. Does it save me an infinite amount of time climbing? Yes. Yes, it does. I don't see any shrine up here. I only see the tower. Now, if I make it all the way to this tower and it rejects me again, I'm gonna fight the game. Oh, there's one. It's a bit too far away, though. Oh, and the hole down there probably leads to the abyss, too. I know a Yiga clan hideout when I see it. And again, you better just give it to me right away. I don't want any... Can't get in because it's... Electricity's not working. I don't like I'm seeing a book here. Okay, let's climb to the top. Maybe the top can let me in. Because I'm telling you right now, if this top isn't open and I can't get in that way, well, I'm going to that shrine over there so I can at least have a location to spawn on this mountain. Alright, we're going to the shrine. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, and I bet you we could totally fight this guy. There we go, never mind. Anything cool up here? Ah! Are these guys low-key replacing the Lionels? I could maybe win. Maybe. That's a maybe. Oh, no, it saw me. Oh. Does it see me all the way here? Wait, I just realized I could probably... Or is it? Is this gonna work? There's no way that works. Oh. Yeah, but it didn't... I don't like how fast that's chasing me, and honestly... Yeah, whatever. Goodbye. Well, that guy's sniping me. Is he gonna continue to chase me, or...? Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. You're the king. I'm just a little baby. Instead of a hidden entrance, the clan has put a door and bans anyone from entering unless you have visited the 3 branches and collected the outfit. Poor Mimos, whose mom sounds really sweet, can't live his dreams because I already did. Exploring the hideout will hopefully let me see stuff I've read in the books and maybe learn the earthquake technique. Alright, let's go in. Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna learn the earthquake technique, alright. What's up, big boss? Do you sell items, then? Oh, and you ripped me off. I do want to buy a duplex bow. I'll get rid of this bow. What are you selling? Trying to rip me off with those blades? This is where I'm going to set up my shop. If I took off this outfit, I'd probably have to fight all 5 of them, wouldn't I? Oh, is that the hover doom? Oh, that looks pretty sick. Over here, do you need help constructing it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll leave you be then. Oh, and then this is the hover. That's pretty cool. What are you gonna say? Yeah, I don't want to buy one right now. There's not a lot of bananas. Is this gonna be Koga's diary? Lightning Helm journal. If we get the Thunder Helm, we can probably fight the Thunder Dragon. Ooh. Are you gonna teach me the earthquake technique? We'll do the Thunder Helm fighting another day. What's this guy sad for? Ah. It is Link-like hair. I need to figure out a way to get more money, because I would love to do that challenge. It's cool having a companion like this. I have a suspicious feeling I'll only be able to use one at a time, though, as I keep going through this. Oh yeah, that's a depths. Am I gonna get a... Oh yeah. That looks very boomerang shaped. I like how boomerang shaped it is. I mean, to be fair, this is the easiest depths in my life. And, look, maybe if I put on my big boy pants and I go down there, I wouldn't be as scared, but I don't want to put on my big boy pants. I'm scared. I'm scared. Nope, he didn't see me. He doesn't see me. Oh, there goes the bananas. Oh my. Is that my diving challenge? I think it is. I'm gonna have to unlock the tower over there. Let's see, he doesn't see me. You know what, if I go around them... He does have a royal weapon on him, though. Although his thing looks very much like a proper axe. Oh, and it's not even over here. So... I missed it. Great. Well, at least I can walk behind these guys. They're patrolling the beach. By accident, I stumbled upon Zelda's golden horse in the wild. I brought it back to the stable, and it was connected to the Gazette side quests. I've completed 2 of these quests now, and this one lets me keep the horse, and I chose a name similar to my main horse in Breath of the Wild. Yoke is very solid, with 4 strength and speed, 3 stamina, 2 pull. For comparison, Egg is 4 strength, 3 speed, 5 stamina, 3 pull. The next couple episodes, I'm going to unfriendly horse places, but if you have a recommendation for which horse I should use for the rest of the series, let me know. Being back at the stable reminded me of the Stable Trotter side quest. In the past 5 episodes, I have completed all of the side adventures with each member, and the band is now back together. This final adventure with them requires me bringing them to the last 3 fairy fountains to give myself the ability to max out my armor. At the Snowfield stable, I had to put a roof on the breezer, and then with Yoke, I attached it to my harness to get them to the ferry. At the Outskirts stable, I built a Zonai monster truck, attached the breezer to it, and drove over the rocky terrain. At the Dueling Peaks stable, I built a boat to the fountain as the bridge was collapsing. Someone in the comments mentioned putting this song as their ringtone, and truthfully it is fantastic. The stable trotters are awesome, and hearing them each time is really nice. Even though our journey is over with the Trotters, their new journey is just beginning. They want to share their talents across Hyrule and make Link an honorary member as the group, as well as changing their name. The Stable Heroes. There we go, that's nice. I like that. You like that? Now, every time I'm at a stable, their amazing music will be playing. With access to the fairies now, my priority shifted to finding the materials needed to upgrade the champion tunic. I don't know why I'm teleporting over there. I want to be teleporting into the sky so I can find the dragon. I don't know when that dragon respawns. I would really like to know personally when this dragon appears. I don't see a dragon. I don't see a dragon. Alright, I'm gonna move on. Not finding the light dragon made me decide it was time to complete the 3rd diving challenge to complete the sky armor. My plan was to fly to the sky tower on Mount Lenaru. A quarter into the trip, I realized I didn't have enough stamina food, and I could probably make it to the top of the mountain if I did. I restocked my food supply, and with a lot of help from Tulin, was able to fly from the wetlands tower all the way to the top. This led me to not only finding the armor, but make something more elite. Elemental boomerangs. Ooh, shield surfing. Because I want a sled shield. Oh yeah, this is sick. Oh, sweet. I am just skilled. He's like, ah. Take that. Well, you're basically dead. Alright, now moment of truth for this. Where is it? Let's do one this way. Nice. And then for this one, well, I don't really need these anymore. If I'm just gonna be... And then... Well, that's already incredible. These are incredible. Do I have any more boomerangs? Yeah, that's pretty legit. Yeah, I don't really need the rods if I have those. Good to know, Blood Moon, I can come there and get 2 of those guys. I want the max diving abilities right now, please. Oh, and then you have one like... Oh! This is vital information. Beam emitter. Okay. I can totally do 35 seconds. Can totally do it. Oh yeah, and time to spare. Now give me that helmet. Yo, that's kind of sick. Oh, you know what this reminds me? Birdman. I have ultimate sky control now. Alright, let's go to that guy. Wow, that makes a big difference. Holy, I'm basically flying. I just want the set bonus. If it's immunity to fall damage, please be immunity to fall damage. That would be very nice. Impact proof. Alright, I want to test something. Well, I can test it here, why not? That was a lot of fun for me. I found my weapons and armor I will most likely be using until I see something I like more, which I can't imagine at this point in time. Now, it's time for a mini movie. I edited the memories 5 to 11 in one take and 12 separate. If you've played the game, you know why it's like that. This is the timestamp for after 12 and the start of my slideshow presentation if you're not overly interested in seeing all the memories again. Oh, here it is. Okay. Memory time, people. Are you excited? I'm excited.
Allow me to offer you my deepest apologies. On behalf of the Gerudo, for taking so long to accept your repeated invitations. It is our desire to be accepted into the protective embrace of your kingdom, to serve it faithfully.
A welcome appeal, Ganondorf. I will accept your vow of fealty to the Kingdom of Hyrule. I understand that a single male is born to the Gerudo every 100 years. Receiving such an appeal from you, a hero to his people and a king by birth, well, it is truly reassuring.
It is my honor. When your Zonai ancestors first descended upon these lands long, long ago, they must have seemed to be gods. And now you rule as king, and have taken a Hyrulean woman as your wife. Your Majesty has certainly risen above your admirable lineage. Most impressive. It is unfortunate that the noble Zonai no longer grace this world with their presence. All except you and your sister, that is.
Even if something were to happen to me, both my kingdom and the peace it brings, these will endure for generations to come. Your actions today are appreciated, Ganondorf. I look forward to your future endeavors. You may leave.
Your Majesty.
King Roru, I believe that man's heart holds many dark ambitions. Just his name, even that, it gives me pause.
I am well aware of his evil nature. For that reason, and others, I want him close. It will be easier to keep an eye on him. There is nothing to worry about.
Okay. Oh!
Are you well? You seem a bit distracted.
I apologize. I keep getting lost in my thoughts, thinking about how I can return home. With your power over time, if I were able to learn that kind of control, I might be one step closer to my era.
I see. The secret is to think of it like drawing out the object's memory. You ask the object where it was, how it arrived where it is now, and then you coax it back to that original moment in time.
The object's memory.
I'm sure it will become almost like second nature, and you will be able to find your way home. But Zelda, there is more on your mind than just that.
Huh?
You, of course, do want to get back to your time. But you also desperately want to help us out in this era. Am I close to the truth?
How did you know?
I do not believe it is possible to keep anything secret from Sonia.
Oh, your concern is very sweet, Zelda. But listen, you can focus your attention on returning home. After all, you possess more than power over time. You have a sacred power that can dispel evil. Both of these powers will help you protect your own era.
Queen Sonia!
And of course, you must make it home safe to put Link's mind at ease.
Link? That is not a name I have heard.
He is a royal knight. He had been originally appointed for my protection. But later, he became a hero by saving both me and Hyrule from a great evil.
Oh, a hero is he?
He is so very dedicated, and he refuses to back down from any challenge. He is very strong. And his heart is good and true.
Ah, I can see that you have absolute faith in him. Hearing you speak so highly of Link, I find myself wanting to meet him as well.
Indeed. I would also like to meet him. He must be quite the brave, courageous knight. What a picture Zelda paints of him. All right, Zelda. We are alone as you requested. What was it you wanted to discuss with me in private?
You are far too trusting.
Oh my. I'm surprised to hear you say such a thing. That is quite out of character for the Zelda I know. But then you are a puppet of Ganondorf.
Did you really think we hadn't realized your deceit? Your Majesty! Queen Sonia! Oh no! Queen Sonia! No! Queen Sonia!
Finally. Finally, it is mine! I
Sonia!
You were too late, Rauru. You took for granted the godlike power you had in your hands. Do you now see the potential you squandered? As for her, she is merely the first victim of your arrogance. You tried to control me, Rauru, and you will die knowing that you failed. Ganondorf!
Queen Sonia needs you!
King Rauru, we just received word that the lost free village in the Gerudo Desert has fallen. At this rate, the Demon King's army will overwhelm us.
I understand. Our only hope is for me to defeat the Demon King.
Rauru. The Demon King. He is not someone you can stop by yourself. But you are not alone. You have the Gerudo, Thoron, Zora, and Rito leaders as well as Zelda. And of course, you can count on me.
There's something I'd like to show you all.
Sacred stones.
Stand with me. I need all your aid.
We all, gathered here, swear on our lives to serve Rauru, the King of Light.
Sonia. Oh, Zelda.
King Rauru, before you face the Demon King tomorrow, there is something I must tell you. I came to this era after finding a man underground.
Go on.
When I witnessed what the secret stone did to Ganondorf, at that moment, I knew for sure what we found underground, that was him. He was still alive, still powerful. He continues to live on, all the way until my time. In tomorrow's battle, we won't be able to defeat him. No matter how strong we think we are, he'll survive. And you will.
Maybe so. But it is my duty to try. It was my hubris that set us on this path. I must atone for my error in judgment. And above all else, I remain the King of Hyrule. As with any leader, it is my duty to safeguard and protect my people, even if I must risk my life.
Rauru.
And if it proves impossible for us to defeat Ganondorf, we rely on your knight, and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link. But remember, that was a future where you never appeared in this world. And you are here now. Zelda, I believe there is a reason you were sent to us. It has to mean something.
The reason I am here. We managed to restrain him somehow. But Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him. How is the Master Sword? You're telling me that Link is safe? You traveled through time to find me and recover your strength.
Zelda, I believe there is a reason you were sent to us. It has to mean something.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do. We will finally stop him.
To become an immortal dragon is to lose oneself.
I'll be forever changed. Find me.
Is Zelda gonna do the dronific? I thought it was Ganon that was gonna do it. Ooh. What? There's no way. How did I miss this last time? Wasn't activated when I came here last time. Chase it. Why is Zelda a dragon? She really did it. I thought it was going to be Ganon. Oh, there's a shrine over here. Yeah. Why did you turn yourself into a dragon, Zelda?
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
The sword will continue to gain strength if bathed in sacred power. The stronger that power, the more powerful the sword becomes.
After all, you possess more than power over time. You have a sacred power that can dispel evil.
To swallow a secret stone is to become an immortal dragon, one blessed with eternal life.
Minoru, I'm counting on you. Link, I will restore the Master Sword for you. I will care for it until the time comes. I will pour my sacred power into it. It will be the weapon that defeats the Demon King.
To become an immortal dragon is to lose oneself.
You must.
I was playing all this cutscene like at 3 in the morning. I was playing the game and had one of those sessions where I was just enjoying it so much. So I was just kept going and I completely lost track of time. When I first saw the twist of Zelda becoming a dragon, I wasn't a huge fan of it. It wasn't a direction I thought the game was going in, and it might have been my own ego being like, because I didn't see it coming, I didn't like it. But I've had time to reflect on it. I can say I'm liking the direction they're going. Obviously, we don't have the full story yet. There's still memories missing. If I go into the memory log, it shows that there are some gaps in memories. Even the first one we haven't seen yet, which I think is crucial just based on the time and the lore of this game. Ganon is a master rage baiter. Lines like, "King, and have taken a Hyrulean woman as your wife, your majesty has certainly risen above your admirable lineage." He doesn't need to say that. It's just to get under people's skin. I think they all know he's not there to truly join Hyrule Castle. He's just there to stir the pot. But you can just tell the way the camera pans to every time he's looking at one of them. It goes stone first, then the person. I think that's in an effort to try to make his mark, where he's just looking at the stone and seeing, oh, who's the person I could steal from the most. It's also nice to confirm some lore that a single male Gerudo is born every 100 years. If you remember in Breath of the Wild, Urbosa said Calamity Ganon once took the form of a Gerudo. Rauru stands on business. Even if something were to happen to me, both my kingdom and peace it brings, these will endure for generations to come. What I don't get is Zelda not telling the full story. Zelda's seen the murals, and they took photos of them in the, I guess, the Pura pad. So why don't they do anything? Or why hasn't she told them, like, hey, this guy's evil? I mean, they know he's evil. She says he's evil, but she's not coming out and fully saying, hey, this is the events that leads to the imprisonment war, the Demon King. Maybe she doesn't want to spoil the future in fear of it rupturing. But even then, when we get later on, she straight up tells Rauru, like, hey, everything's going to fall apart. However, that wasn't the first thing that caught my eye. If you look at this photo right here, there's a sword. And what I was saying earlier about Rauru is that he is showing his overconfidence here. It is clear to me at this point, Rauru hasn't fought anybody remotely close to his level. He's the equivalent to Gojo right now, where his existence just makes enemies like obsolete. They don't matter because he is there protecting the kingdom. I imagine at this point, he has never had to face anybody on his level. Maybe other Zonai are there, but they've disappeared. They're not here. I don't want to delve too much into that because that feels like a throwaway line. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's a specific reason all the Zonai left. This, to me, feels like Rauru is setting himself up for massive failure, where he doesn't consider Ganon a threat because he naturally believes that, oh, I can just beat him in a 1v1. In the next memory, we get to learn more about the dynamics and how Zelda is adjusted living with Rauru and Sonia. It 100% is giving parent-child vibes, if that makes sense, and things are frankly a little too happy. Some things I did like was Sonia was able to read Zelda like a book. That not only did she want to know how to control her powers, which I think Sonia explained very well, thinking of it like drawing the object's memories, where it was, how it arrived, where it is now. And then she's able to immediately bring in confidence and then is able to bring out the true reason Zelda's talking about stuff. Where it's like, I know you're asking about this, but it's also, you want to help us out too. But again, some overconfidence from Zonia and Rauru, who I, again, can't imagine have fought anybody on Ganon's level, are like, we're fine, don't worry about it. You don't need to think about this too hard. I also find it funny that Rauru and Sonia are low-key Zilling shippers. I looked online and that seems to be the common couple name for Zelda and Link. It's just the way they're talking about it, it just feels like they're teasing her. It kind of circles back to Rauru willing to give Link his arm. I think that's more to a testament of how Zelda described him. Absolute faith, I think, is a great word. I mean, she did put him away for 100 years and he came back to save her. I also want to say, so far, out of all the characters, I think Sonia is my favorite so far. Her whole demeanor, her confidence, her ability to reassure Zelda. This is what I would imagine Zelda's mom to be like if she was in the picture. I would understand completely why Urbosa wrote all those things about Zelda's mom in her journal if she acted like Sonia. Sonia is what I would imagine a strong community leader to be like. I think she plays the role of queen very well, and her personality and qualities, I would feel safe in her community. I would feel like I could become a better person with her leading the charge. It's just the reassurance of confidence in yourself, being able to explain things very well, and being able to look behind the deeper meaning in things. If she wasn't a leader in a community, a therapist, I think that could also be a very good rule. Somebody you could trust with your problems, and they wouldn't shame you for them. They would focus more on trying to get you better. Even if you like made a big mistake, they may not forgive you for the mistake, but they would at least tell you what you would need to hear and what you would need to do to move on. And it's so unfortunate that I like this character so much because I called it. That's right. The memory's true. Ganondorf did steal Sonia's stone. Technically, it was shown in the mural, so I don't really think this is a real prediction because you just look at the mural and go, oh, well, it's obviously her. And we've seen a bunch of stuff already. But the memory itself was pretty quick, and it was a tactic I wasn't expecting. There was no storming the castle. It was very hidden. A sneak attack, spawn camping. It was also a complete tactical misplay by Sonia and Zelda. And again, that overconfidence I think Rauru exhibits bled into these two, where because they're just around Rauru, that they can do whatever they want. They have these secret stones. Nothing can touch them. Lo and behold, somebody just sits around in the shadows and takes her out. It also baffles me that Zelda would let a plan like this go so casually when she knows what happens. I mean, like, I recognize that he had the secret stone on his head. Surely, I don't know if Zelda would take a picture, but she knows the murals. Benaru's looked at the Purapad. Obviously, this leads to the birth of the Demon King, and speaking of the Purapad, she uses it to teleport away. I guess this is the way of explaining how it's able to connect to all the shrines, maybe? Ganon, with the skill he has of just being able to get under people's skin, this quote took me out. You took for granted the godlike powers you had in your hands, and that is true. But it also brings up an interesting question for me about Ganon. Is Ganon inherently always going to be evil in a story no matter what? Can Ganon ever truly be good, or even like an anti-hero? Is it just always because, well, obviously, he takes one secret stone and becomes the Demon King? And is this just a way of saying that people's true nature can never change? Can you never look past your most basic instincts? Or is it more in the sense of that the secret stone takes you at your most basic and amplifies it? So maybe that's the case with Rauru too, where he was naturally a confident person. And because he had the secret stone, he just became more overconfident. I could be reading too much into that. But now I want to talk about time travel paradoxes before I move on, because if you've been listening so far to this, you're probably wondering, oh, I'm sure mentioning a lot of why hasn't Zelda done this? Why hasn't Zelda done that? Zelda knows this information, why isn't she telling people? Explaining these concepts will help me explain my theories and predictions, and more or less try to understand what the plot is happening. What is a time travel paradox? It is a logical contradiction that arises when traveling backwards through time appears to violate the normal laws of cause and effect. Some involving changing the past in ways that make your own actions impossible, while others creating self-sustaining casual loops in which people, objects, or information exist without a clear origin. Predestination paradox is in which a time traveler's actions in the past become the very events that cause the future they were trying to change. Instead of altering history, they are the history. So event A causes event B, but event B can also leads to causing event A. Imagine like you are a scientist and you discovered time travel and you're trying to go back in time to change an event, but you going back in time to try to change the event is actually you going back in time to fulfill a self-sustaining prophecy, and you are the catalyst of said event. Another example is the bootstrap paradox. It occurs when an object, person, or piece of information becomes trapped in a closed causal loop. It describes something that exists without ever being created. The example the website uses, I think, makes a lot of sense, where imagine George Lucas traveling back in time to give himself younger self the script for Star Wars. He then goes directs the films, becomes famous, and then travels back in time to give his younger self the same scripts. Therefore, the scripts have no true point of origin because they simply exist within the loop. When comparing this to consistency paradoxes, the grandfather paradox, essentially traveling back in time creates a logical contradiction by changing an event that makes your own existence possible. So example, Back to the Future. In that movie, he goes back in time, prevents his mom from meeting his dad, and then he's going to wipe himself out of existence. If you went back in time to prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, you wouldn't exist, But then since you invented time travel wouldn't exist. So then your grandfather would have met your grandmother. There are some variations like the Hitler paradox. Killing Hitler before he rose to power eliminates the reason for the journey. And then another one is a respected physicist one, where they put a billiard ball in a wormhole and then it collides with its older self, so then it was never in the wormhole. That one's not really as important, but it's a variation. I want all of this to keep in mind, because as I keep going, I'm going to explain certain paradoxes and how they connect to the story. This event right here is why I believe Zelda is in a predestination paradox. All these positions, all these secret stones, all these people pledging to Rauru. Also begs the question, is his secret stone a paradox too? The only reason I don't think it is because we have a point of origin of Rauru's secret stone. It's Rauru. But another thing I want to highlight is Rauru is kind of on the hero's journey a little bit. He's in the ordeal phase where he's facing his big challenge. His wife just got assassinated. The world is falling apart, and he needs to, I don't want to say lock in, but he needs to realize, oh, I can't be going around like this anymore. I need to truly step up. There was also something I noticed with the sage masks, but I only noticed it in this cutscene, and I didn't want to mention it last time because I didn't pick up on it then. But their sage masks look like the divine beasts. That was just a cool little detail I noticed. The other thing I noticed here was Minoru's dynamic with Rauru. I find it very interesting that she stayed when all the other Zonai left. I doubt we're going to get an explanation to why all the Zonai left, what was their reason, and why only Rauru and Minoru stayed. But it's very nice to see that she still chose to stay with her brother. I think it's in a sense of she's very calm and level-headed and is able to get through to him when others can't. Rauru's full transformation from warrior to king is fully realized in this cutscene. This quote, hubris, I did look up what that word meant, and it was extreme or excessive pride, arrogance, and dangerous overconfidence. It's a lot more elegant than how I was putting it, and I think it's a fantastic way to describe it. I also find it very interesting that it's now the point that Zelda tells him, but also she's only telling him in the sense of events she described. How she got here, never being brought up until this moment, is a little interesting. Maybe there's more of an explanation for that, but I feel like that would be one of the first things I'd say, like, oh, I came back in time after going down to the bottom of Hyrule Castle and seeing a mummified corpse with a stone on its head. Maybe I'm missing something. I haven't seen the full picture yet, so I'm not going to fully delve too much into that. And then a line I recognized instantly in this was our last line of defense will be Link. I haven't seen any of the videos, but they've been on my recommended page with just, it's like a short, like one of those meme videos, and it's just our last line of defense will be Link. It has a lot of views, so I assume it's a meme of some kind. Him saying then, Zelda, I believe there was a reason you were sent to us. It has to mean something. If I didn't look at Memory 11 up until this point, I would have assumed it was more like, oh yeah, she's going to be the person setting all the other sages in place to give assistance to Link in the future. Another question I do have about this memory, though, is Zelda not a descendant of Sonia? It's unrealistic to assume that every single lineage of royalty is a direct bloodline. I mean, like, kings are overthrown all the time, so maybe, like, it changed hands. But I could be certain from the first couple memories, it gave the impression that Zelda was a direct descendant of Sonia because she had the time powers. Maybe they have a kid and they just haven't mentioned it yet, or maybe there's another relative of Sonia that took the throne after Rauru passed away. Oh yeah, that brings up a point, because if Rauru's dead, who's the new king and queen? It's not going to be a weird thing where it's like Zelda's a descendant of Zelda. Is it? I don't know, food for thought. That's not my prediction anyway. But anyway, this is more of a question, and I think playing the rest of the game will give me the answer to it. We do now get confirmation that the Master Sword was given to her, because at the very beginning of the game, Link put the Master Sword in the rewind time sphere, if that's the right way of putting it, and then Zelda picked it up. But we didn't know at that time when she got it, and now it's confirmed that she got it after the war. It's also subtly confirmed here that her light powers are back, as she can hear the sword again. This also brings the question of, is the Master Sword a bootstrap paradox? The Master Sword is on Zelda's head and it's not in the forest. Does that theoretically mean there's been two Master Swords at the same time in the timeline? Or is the Master Sword a bootstrap paradox where that the destruction of the Master Sword and Zelda giving it her powers creates the Master Sword, and there's no point of origin for it because it's just in a time cycle? And the other big question is who brought it back? Who was able to, because obviously we didn't see Zelda's power activate there, so who brought it back? Who knows? But now we have to get to the plot twist. As you heard in the clip, I gasped. I was like, oh, wow, I did not see that coming. And I feel a little silly because there were so many hints that were so obvious. The fact her memories are called Tears of the Dragon, that should have been a pretty big hint that she was actually going to do it. The dragon at the start of the cutscene, if you go to my thumbnail of the first episode, you can see her like in the opening title cutscene. She's there. And then you also need light dragon scales, which this dragon offers, to upgrade the champion's tunic. So all of this just makes me feel silly. Like, there's even a whole memory talking about this process. And because Rauru said, oh, we're going to think of a different way to do it, I just assumed, oh, they're not going to do it then. That was silly of me. This does bring me a question about the other dragons. Are these dragons like naturally already exist as dragons, or are these, could they be the missing Zonai that used to exist that Ganon was talking about earlier, and they just ate the stones and moved on with their lives? When you take photos of them in the Purapad and then you add them to the database, their descriptions are just saying they're elemental beings of ancient times. But then I took a picture of the light dragon in it too, and it basically gave the same description as these 3 dragons. My first thought was like, oh, they're just the other sages who ate their stones. But obviously that's not true because their stones are, you know, in their castles or bases or whatever. My best guess right now is that these are the Zonai that went away from the world. I guess even the goddess could be that in the case. That's my best running theory. It's food for thought, something I found interesting. But now I want to bring up this point where I said earlier I wasn't too happy with this at first. Does this make sense for her character arc in the story? She is the type to make a play like this, sacrificing herself in order to get Link to finish the job. She did that in Breath of the Wild. However, that was a last resort after Ganon already destroyed everything and they already lost. I guess in a sense you could think they already lost here because they only sealed the demon away here. So it's more like maybe Zelda did see this as a last resort. But a quality we haven't seen a lot in any of these memories so far is Zelda's scientific side. There's literally a whole memory in Breath of the Wild about her father shaming her because she's not practicing her duty and she's too busy studying the Guardians. I will back this take up if it's like comes out that she helped Minoru build all the Zonai devices. I'll take this take back. I kind of wish it was more like a scientific thing where she did experiments and using her powers not in this like mythical sense, but in the more scientific science fiction side. However, I also do think that this does make sense prioritizing the Master Sword. It's clearly needed to defeat anything. In all of the texts, throughout all of the history Zelda would have read and studied, the hero needs this sword to defeat the Demon King, or Ganon of any kind. And it completely being shattered destroys it. There was a memory with the Deku Tree. I don't know when we're supposed to get that. Maybe I need to go back to Korok Forest and save him. I do hope we get to see more of Zelda's scientific angle, where she's doing research, testing machinery, testing the Purapad, experimenting. I want to see more of that and a little less of the fantasy element. I don't know, I think it makes Zelda a more interesting character. Despite having all this power, she's still trying to do it her way. But now, it is prediction time. Even though I've seen all the Tears of Dragon memories, there's still a lot of main quest, still the final boss fight, and there are still some memories, so I feel it's important to bring things back. Obviously, to do a secret stone count, there's the 6 sages, King Rauru, and Demon King Ganon. No new secret stones have entered the fold. If you want to combine Zelda's and Rauru's to count it as one, you can. This is still the amount of stones in the game, and there's been no indication of this amount increasing anytime soon. My first prediction is that the final fight with Ganon is going to be a sword fight. Personally, I just want this to happen because I think it'd be very cool. The second one is a lot more story related. Minoru will bring back Zelda. I don't know what she is the sage of exactly. I forget what I said exactly. Maybe I said like maybe sage of like spirituality or something, because she has the ability to separate the body from the spirit. This image right here where she's saying, Minoru, I'm counting on you, could just be referring to when Link woke up on the Sky Island, that all the constructs were around guiding Link to the temple. Or this could be a case of her saying, Minoru, I'm going to trust you, I'm going to eat this stone, but you're going to have a way to bring me back. I'm hoping it's the latter. I don't know what would happen if she separated the dragon from her body. I think that'd be very cool personally. That's the only angle I could see it happening, or maybe something with the like Zonai devices. Either way, I think Minoru has the ability separating the body from the spirit. There is going to be some way Zelda can come back, and I think Minoru will play a part in that. I need this prediction to come true in some way, because my last thing is end of game Zelda sets everything up. This clip right here, she is not activating that portal. She also didn't truly activate the portal, sending her back in time. She's demonstrated repeatedly she has no control over her powers. If she is, she's doing it subconsciously. And it just makes the most sense this way, where how she's able to be in two places at once, how she's able to be the dragon, but also have live sightings of Zelda all around. This whole story is about time travel, and if it's a predestination paradox or a bootstrap paradox, the story's beginning is also its ending, where Zelda comes back, helps fight the Demon King, but then she also needs to go back in time, become a dragon, set everything up. It's the only... I wouldn't say it's the only way to connect everything together. For me, it's the way that makes the most sense with what we're seeing with the main quest, and what we're seeing with this memory quest, too. The second reason I'm saying it's Zelda is because we haven't seen anybody else demonstrate the ability of time travel. I mean, yes, we saw Sonya, but she's dead. When looking at my other predictions, I would say so far I've only had one truly correct one. Ganon did not eat the stone to become the Demon King. He just put it on his head. The prediction about Zelda fighting the imprisonment war on two fronts is mostly correct right now. There's a little bit of holes here and there. I give myself half a point for that one. The new sages, we haven't confirmed that yet, but I'd say overall it's a pretty safe bet. But thank you, that was a lot. I'm gonna do my best to cut it down. Hopefully my point comes across. Again, just if I'm right on any of my predictions, say hot or cold, and give me your take on the twist too. Did you expect Zelda to turn into a dragon? And did you like that twist personally? I think it's grown on me, but I still hold reservations for some of the things we saw in Breath of the Wild about Zelda. I'd say overall I'm leaning more towards liking that direction, but once again, I haven't seen the full story yet, so my opinion could easily change depending on how the rest of this game goes. Obviously, I wanted to go see the dragon and see if I could pull the Master Sword. I didn't have 13 hearts, but I still wanted to try. Turns out, I actually need stamina for the Master Sword. This isn't something I didn't see coming, but I'm incredibly happy about this. In this playthrough and my live streams of Breath of the Wild Master Mode, I'm prioritizing stamina because it's easier to fill the gaps of hearts with food versus stamina. I find my quality of life in the game increases with max stamina. Now, in terms of Master Sword usage, I don't know if this is too early in the game for it, and my original intention was not to use it too much. However, in the next episode, I discover you can fuse with the Master Sword, and that changes my opinion of it. At the end of the day, this is my playthrough, and using the Master Sword means I don't need as many other swords in my inventory, and I can give more space to boomerangs, spears, and claymores. And that will be my plan in the long term. When I finally figure out what hold means, I can complete Zelda's wish and be one step closer to defeating the Demon King. Oh, because I'm letting go as soon as I... Do I have enough stamina? Have I... Do I need max stamina for it? Oh, I don't need max stamina. I can't believe stamina was the right call.
Link. The Master Sword. Your sword. She is the key to destroying the Demon King. He defeated her before, but a long slumber will heal these grievous wounds. And when you two next face the Demon King, you will have my strength to help you through her. Link, you are our final hope. I pray this sword reaches you in the future.